everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's great to be with you. I'm carrying on coloring in Dark Fairytales and I'm doing the Sleeping Beauty page. I've been working really hard on this page, and as you can see I've done quite a bit of the flowers around here, but today I'm going to come and hopefully finish this section here, these flowers here, her jewelry and her crown. So I'm going to carry on using Prismacolors. Hopefully I can get this done within 2 hours and we can then move on to a different page. But first, let me know how you are doing, how you are keeping. Have you had an interesting or good weekend? We've had a bit of a relaxed weekend, which is very refreshing. So I'm grateful for that. And I've been working most of yesterday on this page to try and get it done. And I've been planning some of the other pages in this book so that we can keep moving forward. Hi Noelle, how are you? I'm glad you're well. Hi Carly. Okay, so the crown, my goodness. Working up here has been quite challenging because I've had to try and work out what is background, what is like crown, which bits are not crown, and not having a large variety of inspiration by other colorists who have done this page before has meant that I've had to really work hard on figuring this completely out and not having anything to kind of help me. So I have found it challenging from that aspect. I didn't carry on with the acrylic markers because I've actually found it really difficult to blend them smooth, and I do like the rich red that they do give, but they weren't blending out very smoothly, and I still really struggle accepting that. So I'm just being honest. Okay, but here is my swatches. So here is the color I want to do the crown in, and I'm thinking of doing probably white pearls because that might work really well and just hopefully lift the white of her dress up. So we can maybe bring in some blues, some I think pinks, maybe a bit of greens from her hair to kind of reflect in those in here, almost like diamonds. So that's kind of where I'm going with that one. I know, right? When you get stuck, we want to look at what other people did. The problem is we're still gathering that data. Not many people have colored this page. It's really hard. It's not undoable. It's just like, come on, big girl pants now. You know, you can do it. Trust yourself. So I kind of have to coach myself. Okay, I'm just getting all my brown pencils. But I am really looking forward to having this page done. I am actually, I feel like I'm up to my eyeballs in it and I've had enough. I don't know how much more I can take. I haven't found the paper terribly yuck to work with. I have found it doesn't really let me layer as much as I may have wanted. I might need a black, maybe. trying to unloose myself. I've put a color on here, but I've forgotten what it is. When in doubt, get out the swatch chart. I'm looking for PC938. So what color have I decided? Oh, it's bronze. Okay, so I thought of using a bronze. We will see. We might throw it out, but I will pull it out just in case. Okay, so what I did was everything here in this part of the background, I used just a black pencil, and in some places I went over that with a dark green, so PC908. You could use any other green, like whatever green you're using. I'm thinking this section here is not crown, but is more like rose vine, so I'm gonna probably color that, and I think the same here is more of a rose vine. So for like the rose stems and that, I'm using a Prussian green, and I also use a bit of black and then grey green light. I think I'll keep that as part of the crown. Okay, I'm going to zoom you into this section here so it's a bit easier for you to see. I have made sure that I filmed everything I've done on this page, so it will take a little bit of time for me to edit it, but I will make, as soon as I can, put it up on the channel. And for those of you who are coloring along with me or would like to at some point, you'll be able to use the videos. Hello Shalom, how are you? Okay, so now I'm going to use my espresso, and I'm gonna come in to these sort of places here. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. All right, so then you want to come kind of around these sort of bits here. So I've had my kids help me with some ideas for some of the fairy tale pages, and my middle son, he was helping me plan out one of the ugly duckling pages, and then my youngest son decided he was really interested in the Pied Piper. So he and I have been sitting trying to work out what to do with that page. But I feel like with the Pied Piper, it's more a case of having to work with it, and as I work with it, I think I'll be able to build up more ideas. But we definitely established that on the Pied Piper page, we want to have a variety of skin tones. So he said to me, Mommy, we need to make sure that we have skinny colored people, and we also need dark skinned people. So I said to him, okay, that makes sense. So I will try to really spice it up. So I like the idea of a wooden crown. I think it works really pretty with this whole picture. If you do have a fairy tale that you really want to see colored in, do let me know. I'm very happy to keep momentum going and just keep coloring. There's only a handful of these pages in this book I'm a bit overwhelmed by. The Beauty and the Beast page with all the books. Oh, hang on. Okay, I'm gonna get myself distracted now. Let's go look. I think it's more on this side. Where? Beauty and the Beast. I love that page. I love that story. Is it this one? Okay, hang on. Let me zoom you out a bit. Is this the page? So we could definitely do this one. And I need to make sure that that's like glass. Yes, okay, this book. All right. So what I've been doing is I've been trying to get myself scrap pieces of paper, and I put it with my page and I plan it. I sometimes will even use sticky notes. I'll use this one because it's not as sticky. The Mistborn page. What's that page? Okay, I'm just gonna put this one here somewhere, even if it doesn't stick. And then I have a pen. Where is my pen? Here is my pen. Okay. Right. Does anybody have any ideas of colors, schemes, or anything like that? So I definitely think this is going to have like blues or something like that there. It's very fierce. It's really exciting. I like this page. Okay, if you get any ideas that you want me to use for this page, let me know and I'll just come and I'll plot it out on this piece of paper and I'll work it all out. Oh, okay, I get you. She's in a pose similar to a book character. Gotcha. Okay, let's zoom back in. There it is. I haven't read the Mistborn series. I just finished reading Robin Hobb's live trader books. So the Magic Ship, the Mad Ship, the Ship of Destiny. And I've promised myself I will read another trilogy in the summer because I lose sleep when I read her books. They are just so well written. And I kind of need to focus the next couple of months. I've got quite a lot I need to do. So I need to just be a bit sensible. I mean, her books are really big. They're like 900 pages. And I've been reading them really quickly. So within 2 weeks I've read them. But I'm going to bed super late. Vintage look with dark greens, dusty reds, mute blues and dark red. Okay, I like this. All right, hang on. Get my notes. See, this is what I need. I need to write things down because that helps me remember. Dark greens. Dusty reds, muted blues, and dark wood. Okay, that is awesome. We have a lot of books, so yeah, it's very different to, you know, the Disney one. She's like, I don't even understand why there's monkeys attacking her. You know, if anything, I would have expected like furniture attacking her. Fabulous. Thank you for the color palette. Okay, now I'm going to go down to a dark brown and just kind of layer it up. I do wonder about her skin tone. I think in some places I might need to bring in some more green. Okay, and then I think here at the bottom we could probably get away with some gel pen. I'm thinking if we use gel pen we could kind of put in some silver or maybe green, no, not green. I don't know, maybe yellow or orange. We could do orange inside there. Now it's coming along here. This page has actually been a lot more work than I anticipated, but I'm really proud of it. Yeah, it's turning out really, really well. Okay, now I'm gonna go down to chocolates. See this bit here, I'm trying to work out. It might, maybe if we do it like that, can kind of connect it in. Shani, how are you? So what I want to do with the Pied Piper page is actually see if I can use watercolor paints. So has anyone tried watercolor paints on this paper? I mean, do you have any idea if it works well? I'm keen to give it a try. Even if it's for like some of the background stuff, I think I'm hoping it will work. I'm not sure. Not yet. Okay. Well, I'll make a plan. I don't think I'll use paints on this Beauty and the Beast page. There's a lot going on there, and my painting skills aren't finessed to color intricately yet. I did go and buy myself some very fine paintbrushes, but yeah, my skill level isn't there. So I'll probably do that page with pencils, but I could bring out the polys and we can try with polys. Oh, fabulous. You ordered watercolor paints. What brand did you order? Okay, so if I do this section here, so this is what I do when I remember and I want to test. Actually, that looks quite nice. So that's with the bronze, but if I do the chocolate and then I go in with the light umber, I get that. So this is with light umber, this is with bronze. I'm actually leaning towards the bronze. I think that will bring a really lovely complement to the page. It's got a bit of yellow in it, and that yellow is going to complement the green and the teal. Oh, fabulous. You ordered the Kuretake. That's so cool. I've only got the Kuretake Gamzai Tambi, which is really lovely, but I have their pearl colors. So what I'll do is I'll do the bronze, and then I'm going to deepen some of this with my other colors, and hopefully it will work. I will need to make my darks darks and keep my lights light. Hi Dawn, how are you? Oh, granulating colors, that sounds fabulous. I haven't felt brave enough to try granulating colors. Oh, I'm sure it's going to look fabulous, whatever you do with them. I think I've seen quite a few people use the granulating colors in backgrounds. That's as far as my knowledge of the granulating colors goes. Right, I'm going to go back down to my espresso. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked the picture. It's been very fun to color, but it has been a labor of love. That I will say. If I had a need to color flowers, it has been satisfied. And I also feel like it has shown me that I don't know how to color roses. It's just been so many roses. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to bring in a bit of black just to try and deepen some of this up. The paper is shiny. It's the reflection of my light onto the paper and bouncing off the Prismacolors. But if I move my light around, then it creates a really big shadow. So it's been a bit annoying actually, because I want to not have the light reflecting into my eyes, but equally when I'm filming I don't want a heavy shadow. So I haven't figured it out. Right now I just deal with the reflection. I could try reduce the light a little bit. That might help. I'm one of those people that finds the white of the paper or the tooth of the paper really annoying, and I end up wanting to go over everything just to make sure it's all burnished. Okay. So now if I take some grays, I should be able to bring in a bit of like effect here. So let's see. Okay, and a bit of pink, maybe a bit more on the top here. I'm not going to be overly fussed with this too much, especially these bigger stones. So bring in my grey. This is slate grey. And 70% cool grey. Oh, Dawn, I'm sorry your arm hurts. It's never fun when we sleep odd. Okay, so now I'm going to take a white pencil. And hopefully I can just kind of blend this out. Good luck, Dawn. I hope it feels better. All right, so I want a bit more black. Okay. Let's put some white Posca. Okay, we'll just make these white. And then I will bring out like peachy sort of orange for these bottom ones, and I think that will work really nicely. So this is just an Artex acrylic marker. You could use a gel pen. Or you can make them all, you know, little diamonds if you wanted to. Okay, so now I'm going to move back onto the section of her face. There we go. Okay, so here I'm using Prussian green and black, and then the grey-green lights. And I'm trying to do all the vines, and then sometimes I bring in the Prussian green into her skin tone, just to help kind of create that cohesive feel to it. And then I think I've been using a red paint pen just to do like the thorns, so that they've got a bit of that red tinge to it. Hi Daddy, how are you? Right, I'm going back to my black to put in my shadows. So I find the intricate details here is really what slows me down. And in some ways I find the amount of concentration to work out what's what, you know, which part is on top of the other. It gets really difficult to talk and color and focus all at the same time. I'm not good at multitasking. Like, I really admire people who can do this and figure out all these intricate details, still talk, keep a conversation going, and especially not bring their face on top of the page, because ever since I was young, that's what I do. The more I can't figure something out, the closer my head actually gravitates to the page. Whether I'm writing, reading, coloring, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. My head just starts to gravitate. And that's not helpful, especially if you're doing filming. You know, nobody wants to look at the top of your head. Hi True, how are you? Oh, thank you. Oh, Jodie, it sounds lovely. Dressing gown on, tea. That sounds awesome. Okay, let's go. I've got my Prussian green. I've got some sort of leaf here, so that leaf needs to be my other color. Hi Mona, how are you? Thank you. I'm glad to hear that you like it. I am going quiet because I'm concentrating so hard on figuring out these vines. And the other thing I'm hoping is I won't stare too hard and forget to blink and then have my contact lenses fall out my face, out my eyes. I've had that before where I think it was when I first got my contact lenses, or I do, you know, the days when I was trying gaming, and I'd stare so hard I'd forget to blink, and then when I did blink my contact lenses would fall out. So I'll try keep them in. Okay, so here is my grey-green light. So I decided to use a Prussian green instead of a dark green, just to contrast the greens a bit from her hair. With her hair being such a dark teal, I felt that the dark green would blend a bit too much into her hair. So by using a Prussian green and trying to use this grey-green light, I'm hoping to kind of give the impression that she's gotten, you know, vines, obviously, but that they're not disappearing into nowhere. Yes, exactly. Kerby with tiny details. Full up my face, yeah. Okay, so I can't remember what paint pen I used, but I have got my markers here, so let's see. Probably was this red one. It could have been that one. This is what happens when I don't actually go ahead and swatch it down on my paper. I forget. All right, let's try this one. Maybe here would be better if it was a bright red. Yeah, we could. No, I'm gonna go with this other one. So again, look, you just need a red marker. You don't even have to create red thorns. I just thought it would be a cool idea. Kind of give it a bit of variety. But yeah, you can do it however you want. Oh my goodness, I'm like blink, blink. Okay, where else are there thorns? Excuse me. That is a thorn. Okay, something like that. Oh gosh, it does have the most tiny details. I feel like I need a huge magnifying glass. My gran, she did a lot of crafting and all sorts of things. So she often would do her work with these massive magnifying glasses, or she'd even have these sort of, I suppose, glasses where it was a headband and then she could bring it down and it would magnify whatever she was sewing on, or yeah, whatever she was doing. And sometimes with all these small details, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I can so see myself getting to the point where that would be a really handy idea. I don't think with all these teeny tiny details, you know, I don't think you need to really faff too much over them. I think you just want enough attention for it to kind of work. And you could still use a dark green and it would work just as great. Oh cool, your grandma had those glasses. Yeah, I think at one stage my dad, when he was doing his models, I think he even ended up with some of them. Okay, let me bring this down as I'm going down. So I'm really just trying to just about had a flat panic that my phone was going to crash, but it didn't. It's fine. I've just checked the battery. I'm all good. Okay, I need my black. You colored over them. That was probably the smarter thing to do. I was always the kind of person who, even at school, if I wouldn't know how to separate what was important from everything else. So to make sure that I would get no surprises when I had a test or exam, I would try and write out almost, not quite, but almost the entire textbook I had. Whether it was history or science, it didn't matter. It was so difficult to narrow things down. And even when I went to university, I did the same thing. So the fact that I can't just color over all these beautiful tiny details is showing the same problem. I still think the details matter. You're still that way. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, I need black around here. I'm probably going to do the vines and then hop back down here to this thing here, the collar, and just give my poor eyes a rest. It's like, what the hang? I think the details is what also adds to my colouring being a bit slower. We're getting there, we're getting there. Gosh, I can't believe this page has taken so long, my goodness. I do find at this point in a colouring page, I start hurrying up, or yeah, in some ways rushing, because I'm so over it. I told my younger son that Sleeping Beauty was dead and that this piece was growing out of her eyes. He was not having it. He was like, no, she's wearing it. It was so funny. Like, no, Mum, she is wearing it. It's on top of her eye. It's not growing out of her. Okay. Our marker. And you could even just dab it on the tips if you wanted to. I think there are some places where I'm like imagining thorns. Where are you? Oh, I will make that one a bump. Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. All right, so I want a dark green kind of coming here. Hi, Brittany. How are you? Okay, then I'm going to take a white pencil. All right, we're getting there, we're getting there. And then I have to finish all the flowers, and it's just like, you know, feeling a bit like the little engine. I think I can, I think I can. coming into the very corners. Oh, wrong pencil, I want black. And my acrylic marker or a gel pen or whatever works for you. Paint over all of this if you don't like it, don't want it, it's not worth a faff. Okay, I'm gonna take a break from that, and I'm gonna do my little color thingy here. Now I need to think carefully because I realized that some of this is going to also have fabric in it, so we'll figure it out. Okay, move it over. There we go. So I've gone down to the espresso. I'm using Prismacolors, if you are wondering. I'm going to treat all of this here as decorative. So this is like all the decorative stuff. think okay. Now I'll do my dark brown on top of this. And then in between we will do the fabric. Okay, now I'm gonna do chocolate. I mean, you could do gold. I just like that idea of challenging myself to more of wood-like jewelry. Doing repetitive action is exhausting. That sounds cool that you're doing cup mock-ups for new designs. That sounds really cool. Even if it is a bit repetitive. But sometimes the repetitive can be soothing. I mean, if you wanted to skip the dark brown, you could probably go straight to the chocolate and you would still get a really great effect. Oh wow, you played with a possum. I feel like there's a whole story there. Don't ask. Okay. I will pull back my curiosity. You should keep yourself in the house instead of being nosy and going to the neighbors because they have a possum chilling on their fence. Well, I mean, it's not like you see a possum every day. Was it a feisty little critter? Okay, now I want my black pencil and I'm going to open some of this. Oh no, you ended up rescuing it and relocating it. Oh my goodness, you have a big heart. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is use the 70% cool gray. Come along in here. A little bit of blue slates here and there. Not a whole lot because I'm just going to wipe this all out. Okay, white pencil. Okay, so that is that. And now to just basically carry on with the flowers. Alright, so really there's not a whole lot left, but what I do need to do is actually finish her eyebrow. So let's quickly come up here into her eyebrow. I want her eyebrow darker than her hair, but yeah, something like that. Okay, come back to flowers and leaves. More flowers, more leaves, more flowers, more leaves, then thorns. I am finding the design of her face, and especially this neck, very bothersome. I'm not sure if it's the way it's drawn or if it's the way I've colored it. I think this here is like a stem, so we'll make these into stems. I'm going to make this. So this is PC926. And I'm going to turn this into an orangey peach kind of flower. But I can use this for my red flowers too. So if I color all this in this red tone, it will still work. Okay. PC925, so this is Crimson Lake, right in here. I think here you could probably get away with mixing up the colors around here, so that leaf go this petal. You could have a variety of your colors. Here I want my pale vermilion. And I'm going for salmon pink. And then I want light peach. So now I'm going to go to my Scarlet Lake. And then you want a pink. And then I'm going to use a little bit of espresso. You could use any dark brown. And I just want to deepen up my shadows just a wee bit. Okay, and then the flower buds are relatively easy. Right. Yay, one section done. I'm getting there. So I need to come up here now and finish this and work on these acrylic marker things. Okay, all right, we can do this. This one step at a time. Yay, so close. I tell you. But I'm going to try not really fuss too much on these ones because I used an acrylic marker, and I think if I had enough skill I could probably do this with an acrylic marker and it would be fine. So I'm just going to very quickly just fix this with a bit of pencil, and it will just be what it will be. I've never been overly good with markers. I have a lot to learn. about how to paint with them. But we keep trying, you know, we don't get any better without trying, so. It was a win to attempt to color something in a coloring book with paint markers, so I'm glad I tried, but I still have a long ways to go. So I'm going to use a bit of brown to just help me deepen up the shadows, and if they end up looking a little bit more dead, that's okay. We can have some deadish roses. We are kind of pretending that she's dead. Or we're pretending that she's been wearing roses for a really long time and they are wilting. Either which one. We are getting there. I have no idea what that circle is. Let's pretend it's going to be part of this vine. And we'll just black that out. You know, whatever we don't like, we just black out. No idea what that is. So we'll make it like a background. Right, we'll bring in a bit of green. You know, pretend it's her skin that's kind of morphing some weird behavior. Alright, we'll turn that into some sort of thing, some sort of green thing. We'll send her good vibes, letting her know she's beautiful just the way she is. No matter the spell that was cast on her by the jealous, really jealous fairy, who was highly indignant that nobody invited her to the party and had any beautiful jewelry and riches to give her. Okay, green stuff here, green stuff here, green stuff there. Anything I don't know, I'm gonna just turn green. You know, loads of sepals. I feel like I'm beyond caring about what's what now. If I can't figure it out, it's green. Right, if it's okay with you guys, I am going to carry on with this live stream because I'm almost done and I would really love to finish this page. Okay, green thingy there. I have literally got about 4 or so flower thingies to do, and then this page is done. So I'm hoping I shouldn't be too long. If you need to go, I totally understand. I just really am proper fed up with this page now. I don't want to get it done. But I have thoroughly loved coloring it. And I'm so glad we chose it. Not much thorny bits up there. Yay, fabulous. I'm glad it's okay with you. All right, I need more green here because this is a leaf in here. And I'm really excited for the Beauty and the Beast page now. Really give that some proper thought. Probably go onto Pinterest and start trying to find non-Disney inspiration because these, I find like Kerby's style to me just doesn't feel Disney-ish, so I don't want to draw inspiration from Disney personally, so I thought actually it might be quite fun to have a look around, see what sparks the imagination with those colors. I'm really excited. It's going to be loads of fun. I'll probably dig out my fairy tales book and kind of go and see, like, does it give any clue as to hair color or anything like that? Because I really don't understand where he got the monkeys from. I'm like, there must be a reason for those monkeys. So I'm probably going to have to read the back of this book, see what the write-up is, go read the original fairy tale. this with red. So I'm going to do the brown for the highlight, not the highlights, the shadows first. And build up my reds. Oh, thank you. It is coming together quite nicely. So I'm just going to use this paint marker just to help me, because I went over some of this with watercolor and I've kind of lost some of it. So just brighten it up a wee bit. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna get that much better. So I'm gonna bring you down a wee bit and finish up top here, because I only have those two to finish. And I'm going to do the one orange and the other one red. So I think that one I was doing red, this one I will do orange. Okay, we're almost done. There we go. I think she's done. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Okay, so interestingly enough, the paper curls up, but I think that it will flatten with time. All right, I'm going to zoom you out. A wee bit more. There you go. And if I try lift it away from the glare, there you get better color. So yeah, so you can see where I've used acrylic markers, you can see where I've used pencil, and I think she looks fabulous. And I've learned a lot, and I've learned what not to use and what to use. And I'm so glad I gave her a wooden crown. So thank you for helping me choose this page, for helping me choose the next page, which I'm really looking forward to planning and getting started. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm so glad this is done, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm thrilled that it's a first page in this awesome new book. So thank you everyone, take care and have a lovely week. As far as I know, I am planning on doing a live stream on Easter Monday, same time, same place. If something comes up, I will try to let you know, but so far that is the plan. Until then, everyone, have a happy Easter if you're celebrating Easter. Otherwise, take care, have a good week. I will see you soon. Bye.